Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey Howard, here to talk about Baby Driver. Yes, the big buzz from the South by Southwest Film Festival this year was this film from Edgar Wright, who, when you hear a director's name, there's not many that just guarantees a good time or something that you get truly excited about. And Edgar Wright is definitely one of those directors. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. We are Sex Bomb 1, 2, 3, 4. I just love Scott Pilgrim. And also the Three Coronado film series. What's it called? The Three Flavors Cornetto. That's what it's called. I'll never get that right. Which consisted of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End, which are just, great Simon Pegg films. Also collaborated with Edgar Wright and also with Nick Frost. And just, he wrote Ant-Man. He did so many great things, So when Edgar Wright is going to have a film, not only that, but something he's been working on for many, many years, Baby Driver is that incredible effort that he had after all this time. So getting down to it, Baby Driver is about Ansel Elgort, who's a getaway driver, okay? And he works with Kevin Spacey, who's this local gangster, and he does all these incredible high-profile robberies with different kinds of crews for each robbery. And you've got people like John Hamm, you've got Jamie Foxx, you've got, who else was there? What's that guy's name? John Bernthal. Oh, just great character actors. Such an amazing cast that come together, all with their distinctive roles, and they're villains. They're all just villains. And Baby Driver is literally a baby, okay? He wears these headphones, he listens to music as he's driving through with all the rhythm and all the incredible stunt driving that he's doing, well, his character does. And he's had this, accident when he was a child where it affected his hearing. So he's got this tinnitus where you constantly hear like a ringing in his ears. So the music drowns that out, and he uses the music for all these different kind of getaways, his moods, and also he moves to the beat. It's just, you got to see it to believe it. What's really cool about the movie is all the car chases. They're all practical stunts. Now, I'm from old school, okay? I remember when digital special effects started, with Jurassic Park and all of that. But I saw movies old school. So when I was watching movies like, watching French Connection or watching The Blues Brothers or watching, what's the movie with Bullet with Steve McQueen, these were all incredible physical car chases. And that's what Edgar Wright does here. We see all these practical effects of all the car chases and car crashes. And, there's nothing like watching good stunt driving.
And that's all completely real. There's no sort of trickery in that sequence.
Woo! That's some Oscar shit right there.
And also the music is so key to this movie because you have over 30 songs. Not since Quentin Tarantino has there been a soundtrack that is so integral and so dedicated and dependent on all of the characters like in Baby Driver. I can't wait to get the soundtrack. Going through some of the performances, I think one of the standout ones is Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
Meet the one and the only Bats.
No need for intros, Doc. Everybody from the jungle to the trap, no bats.
Not only he's so versatile, he can play, Ray Charles, he can play comedy, he can do all these great things, but man, he is a badass in this movie. He gives these looks to where, you don't trust him, and he's a hardcore criminal. You can just see the evil and the villainy in his eyes, and there's an understatement to his performance, really. He is one of the most dangerous men in the whole movie, and you know what? He's just kind of subtle, but then sometimes it just comes bursting out. So Jamie Foxx really freaked me out during this whole movie. John Hamm, and he's kind of like a handsome guy through the movie, but you know what? There's a great kind of transition with his character in it. Kevin Spacey is always the greatest as the leader. It's just this great, charming kind of, father figure to everybody. That's how I saw it too. And also you got the love story going on between Baby and what's her name? I don't want to forget her name. Lily James. Beautiful. She's hanging out at a diner. Of course, there's love in here, and he's dreaming about a day to get away from all of this. He's doing all these jobs, but he just wants a better life. And what's also cool about Baby's character is there's a backstory to him. So they just didn't throw this baby-faced guy in there driving a car. There's a whole reason why he's driving, the reason that he lost his mother and his family, all these kind of great backstories that gives us depth to the character. So Baby Driver was not only just a great time, but I think it's one of the best films of the year. I actually do. Now, what took me really by surprise with Baby Driver is like the first hour, it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, okay? You got the fast cuts, you've got everyone kind of making jokes, everybody likes each other, and you're forgetting that these guys are hardcore criminals. And the second half of the movie has a totally different tone. It turns heavy, it turns dark. 14 people, I was looking it up, 14 people were killed during this movie, okay? We're talking innocent bystanders, policemen, all kinds of, different people in this movie. So all of a sudden the tone changes and you say to yourself, well, wait a minute, you got kind of sucked in by this sense of security, because the characters are all kind of affable and kind of, fun, and the car chases and all that. It's kind of a Bonnie and Clyde feel to it. But then the second half of the movie, it turns heavy and you're like, holy cow, it's like, what's going on here? Edgar Wright is a genius. The direction is phenomenal. His writing is phenomenal. The performances are. Can I sit here and just praise this movie from beginning to end? I think the movie ended like 3 or 4 times. That's my only kind of complaint about the movie. But overall, it is one of the best times I've had this year. I'm not going to forget this movie come award consideration when it comes down to the fall, because I think this deserves a lot of attention. It really does. Independent film, wasn't shot in England like all his other films. It was shot in Atlanta. They rewrote the script to do all these locations there. It has an American feel, but also has a English kind of taste to it. So it's really, really a unique blend. So Edgar Wright did a great job. You got to see this movie. You got to see it. All right, for more reviews and interviews, surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Check me out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, comment below, thumbs up, share. What did you think of Baby Driver? Come back and tell me. I'm Jeffrey Garrett here in Las Vegas, where summer is underway. Because look at me, I'm sweating like a whore in church. Was that too much? I went too far. I'll see you next time.